You're a disgrace to his legacy. 2,300 years ago, Aristotle defined greatness. You're a barbarian, weak, unworthy, forgotten. Let's dissect your failures. Aristotle wrote the laws of human greatness 2,300 years ago. Aristotle invented logic. You're allergic to it. You swallow opinions like a starving dog eats trash. Influencers tell you to live your truth. Pathetic. Truth isn't yours. It's cold, hard, and doesn't care about your feelings. You pick sides in politics like choosing a Netflix show. You argue without evidence. You follow trends, not reason. Aristotle called this barbaros, the mark of a mind unfit to lead ants, let alone a life. But don't cry. Aristotle left a cure. It is the mark of an educated mind to entertain a thought without accepting it. Too bad you'd rather binge Netflix than educate yourself. Aristotle said virtue is habit, not luck. But your habit's worse than a tavern drunk. You chase likes, not honor. You skip workouts, cheat diets, and lie to yourself. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow? Aristotle's students built empires by dawn. You think you're kind? No, you're weak. You tolerate disrespect to avoid conflict. You call laziness self-care. Aristotle defined courage as the mean between cowardice and recklessness. You're a coward with a live, laugh, love poster. Your virtue is a TikTok filter. But hey, you're authentic, right? Aristotle warned about moral weakness, knowing the good but choosing evil. You know scrolling Instagram for 6 hours daily is rotting your brain. You just don't care. Authentic loser. Telos. Your purpose. Aristotle asked, what is your final cause? Your cause is surviving Friday to Sunday. Your legacy, a Steam library and a LinkedIn no one reads. You drift, no goals, no passion, just excuses. I'm figuring myself out. Aristotle figured out the universe at 30. You're 35 and still figuring out why your life sucks. Visual, a ship sinking in a storm. No telos means no legacy. Your name will vanish like smoke. Your family won't remember your dreams, just your Netflix password. Aristotle said, nature abhors a vacuum. If you don't choose a purpose, the world will choose for you. Spoiler, it'll make you a Walmart cashier with existential dread. Aristotle's ghost bangs a gavel. The jury chants, guilty. Chains drag the viewer into a dungeon. This is why you're forgotten. You're illogical, undisciplined, purposeless. Aristotle's verdict, worthless. But even barbarians can become kings if you fight. Aristotle wrote the cure for your weakness, but you're too addicted to comfort to swallow it. Let's expose your excuses. Telos, purpose. Aristotle said it's the final cause of your existence. But your purpose, to survive the work week for 2 days of hangovers and regret. You dream of being happy, a child's goal. Alexander conquered continents by 25. You conquered level 25 of Candy Crush. You think Telos is finding yourself? No. Telos is declaring war on your limits. It's choosing one thing, money, power, art, and letting it burn you alive until you master it. But you multitask, you balance, you fail. Aristotle's students built empires. You build Instagram stories. Aristotle taught to rule minds, master logos, logic, pathos, emotion, ethos, character. You've mastered none. Let's autopsy your incompetence. Your arguments are memes. Your opinions, recycled Twitter hashtags. Aristotle dissected reality with logic. You dissect pizza with Uber Eats. Want power? Speak like a philosopher king. Data, reason, precision, or stay a peasant. You think passion is crying in your car to sad songs. Pathetic. Aristotle's pathos was weaponized emotion, making crowds rage, weep, or obey. You can't even convince your boss for a raise. Your girlfriend cheats and you beg her to stay. Weakness reeks. Respect, you beg for it. Aristotle said ethos is earned through action. You skip workouts. You lie on resumes. You're a fraud. No wonder no one trusts you. Even dogs smell fear, and you stink. Aristotle mentored the greatest conqueror in history. You can't mentor yourself. Fix this or kneel forever. You call posting selfies brave. Aristotle called courage facing fear for the greater good. Ask your crush out. Confront your toxic boss. Start the business. Do it scared, or keep hiding behind vibes. You think temperance is self-care cheat days. Aristotle called it mastery over excess. You're either starving or binge eating. You're either a workaholic or a couch potato. No balance, no control, just chaos. Justice. You demand fairness, but cheat parking tickets. Aristotle said justice is giving what is owed. You owe yourself excellence. You owe the world results. Instead, you demand participation trophies. Disgusting. Aristotle wrote, the worst form of injustice is pretended justice. You pretend you're good. You're not. You're convenient. Fix it. Aristotle's cure is simple. Habit, discipline, war. But you love being a barbarian. Aristotle's final truth, you'll die forgotten. Your name will vanish. Your legacy. A few photos on a dead Instagram account. You had the blueprint for immortality. Logic, virtue, purpose, and you traded it for Netflix and excuses. You cry about fairness while Aristotle's students conquered nations. You beg for love while philosophers carved their names into history with blood and ink. Pathetic. Your telos was happiness, a weak, shapeless dream. Aristotle's students demanded glory. You settled for mediocrity. You confused courage with comfort, justice with jealousy, wisdom with Wikipedia. You're not a philosopher. You're a footnote, a cautionary tale. Eudaimonia, you'll never taste it. You're too addicted to pity. Here's your epitaph. Here lies someone who could have been great, but chose distractions. Your family will forget your voice. Your friends will mock your unrealized dreams. And the world, it'll spin on, untouched by your existence. Aristotle warned you. Nature rewards the ruthless, the disciplined, the obsessed. You rewarded yourself with cheat days and lazy lies. Two choices remain. Stay this ghost, this flicker, or rip out your weakness. Burn your excuses. Let Aristotle's fire forge you into something, someone worth remembering. But you won't, because deep down, you're afraid of greatness, afraid of the pain, afraid to admit Aristotle was right all along. So rest easy, barbarian. Your tombstone is already written in dust.